So we could feed more people on a plant-based diet overall. Do you not think we could?
No.
How does seeing this kind of footage make you feel?
Absolutely nothing, because that's how we get our food. I know where it comes from. I know how it's done. I live in a farming community.
Do you think there are other kinds of food that we could eat that wouldn't incur this suffering?
What food are them then? You name some.
Beans, rice, carrots, potatoes,
Yeah.
plant foods.
Okay. So you could do plant-based. Yeah, I get that. Every vegetable I buy in my house and every meat that I buy is organic.
Do you see this happening here? This is in an organic hatchery.
Yeah.
These are male chicks. They're of no use to the egg industry. I'm sure you know.
So that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
Do you see how somebody would say that isn't okay?
Maybe, and I can understand with some people it can be quite distressing, but I just think, the world's a big place and people have got to eat, haven't they?
Did you know that? What do you think animals eat? I'm sure you know the answer to that.
Yeah, I know what the answer is to that.
They eat plants. They eat plants. So we could feed more people on a plant-based diet overall. Do you not think we could?
No.
Did you know that a vegan diet requires 1/18 of the land use that an omnivorous, the standard Western diet does?
What really bugs me about vegans, and I'll tell you, and
Please do.
Yeah, and I know quite a few vegans, and it really bugs me. They'll be talking to me, and the clothes they have on, the makeup they have on, is all tested. The rucksack they have on.
I would say those people are plant-based instead of vegan if they're just eating the diet, if they're not doing it ethically. Like, say, most vegans, for example, don't go to zoos, for example.
Yeah.
However, do you think?
Do you know where I'm coming from with that, though?
I know where you're coming from, yeah. But do you think just because we don't stop suffering in one parts of our life because maybe we're ignorant, that we shouldn't stop them in others?
I didn't catch the first word you said.
Do you not think that just because we it was a good line as well, I forgot myself.
I know, yeah.
Do you not think just because we haven't stopped areas of suffering in certain areas of our lives because maybe we're ignorant, say we don't know like what glue is in our shoes that comes from a horse, for example?
I think nowadays people know where everything comes from, and I think it's only fair for people to have a choice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's
where
for.
I live, in my community where I live, if our beef stock doesn't go to slaughter, we can't live.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I agree that
That's how the world goes round, isn't it? And the economy goes round.
yeah, people have jobs to uphold, but there are not every farmer raises animals.
Do you know any farmers?
I have
No,
one
no.
friend whose parents are farmers, but I wouldn't say I know many farmers.
I know
no.
hundreds
Okay.
of farmers. And where I live is a trough of Bowland, and we supply the milk for Booths. You know where Booths supermarket is?
Yeah.
We supply that milk. There's all beef farmers, sheep farmers. We're locally have just got some pig farmers. And in the next village there's an egg farm. So you can't, if you don't live in that community, and that's how our community runs, that's how my business works.
Would you? Do you think that?
I'm a really good person to interview because of the
No,
area
good.
where
No,
I
it's
live.
good. It's good. I'm enjoying this. Do you think that these animals feel pain?
No.
Do you know what a central nervous system is?
Yep.
Animals have a central nervous system.
Everybody does.
Yeah. That we use our central nervous system to feel pain. These chickens here also have a central nervous system. They have nerve endings, they have nerves, they have a spinal cord, they have a brain. They feel pain.
Yeah.
Do you think that we should put profit above suffering? I think you're a good person, by the way. I'm not like trying to label you as a Nazi or whatever.
No, I understand.
I
you
think
got
most
me,
people
yeah.
are good people.
Yeah. But no, that's how it is, isn't it? You know, when you were a caveman, we ate meat because we had bloody canine teeth.
Do you think when we were cavemen we had Tesco?
No. So why? No, did we eat? But when we were
exactly.
cavemen, we ate meat.
Yeah.
And it's a proven fact that we did.
I mean, that's I'm not trying to question that.
Things change, don't they?
Do you think just because we did something thousands of years ago that we should do it now?
What, eat meat?
I mean, not necessarily eat meat. Say something more broad. Say the transatlantic slave trade. That happened. That was in the past.
Yeah.
Do you think we should keep slaves now just because we did it in the past?
No.
Yeah, of course. No, that's the obvious answer. I don't think that you would have said yes to that. But do you see the parallel there, that there's pain and suffering being caused for profit in one area of history, and we're doing the same now? Just because we have done it in the past, do you think that means that we should do it now? If it is at the expense of another?
Human or animal?
Humans are animals, so I'd say animal.
No, humans aren't animals. Animals have 4 legs.
Well, I mean, chickens don't have 2 legs.
Yeah, the chickens have 2 legs.
Yeah.
But it's a chicken, innit?
I mean, they are chickens, but they have sentience. They're a sentient being.
Come on.
I mean, we are similar in every way that is important. We all feel pain. We are conscious. We have a certain perception of the world. We're individuals.
But it's a chicken.
Would you say that about a dog?
Yeah.
Would you say that about a
Yeah,
dog? I would say
it's a
you're in the
dog.
minority there.
Yeah, it's a dog though, isn't it?
Do you think there's a difference between an it and a them? Would you not say like a table is an it, whilst a dog is a them?
I would say it's a table and it's a dog.
I mean, yeah, but you could say like it's a baby.
It is a baby, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, it's a way of objectifying them and not seeing them as like.
Really complicated now.
I think the bottom line with veganism is that we don't think we should kill animals when we have a choice not to.
But when you were brought up as a baby and your mother,
Oh, yeah.
was your mother a vegan?
No, no one in my family.
When you were being made in
Yeah.
her tummy,
Yeah.
she would have eaten meat.
She would have,
Look
yes.
how healthy boy you are.
Well, I mean, I've also been vegan for 2 years.
Yeah.
And look how healthy I am now. I'm healthier than I used to be. I don't have joint pains. My eczema's cleared up. I'm a healthier person than I used to be.
Really?
Certainly, yes.
I would like to see you in 10 years' time.
Okay, meet me here in 10 years' time.
Yeah, I would like to
Because
see that.
did you know, on average, vegans live 9 years longer than non-vegans?
I don't believe that.
I mean, I can't link
I
to
don't
any
drink
sources
and I
right
don't
now.
smoke either.
I mean, those are good
So I
things.
am a really healthy person.
Those are at the detriment of yourself,
My
though.
daughter's a vegetarian.
That's excellent. I love to
Yeah.
hear that. But
Through that either.
no, okay, good. Why is she vegetarian?
She has health problems and she can't digest protein.
Okay.
So that's why she's a vegetarian.
But I
That
mean,
makes it ill, but she still goes beating and shooting when the game shoots are on.
health aside, do you
Am I
think?
knocking you out of sync now?
No,
Where
that just bothered me.
Is a shooting community. That's
Okay.
where we live.
Do you think just because something is cultural that it's always moral?
If something's cultural, what do you?
Say like back in the day,
Going game shooting and things
like
that.
I mean, for example, but back in 1890, it used to be legal to rape your wife. That wasn't even a legal
We're not
definition.
Talking about rape, though, are we?
I mean, cows in the milk industries are forcefully impregnated
yeah, no.
against their will.
It's a cow.
If that lady there was forcefully impregnated against her will, what would you call that?
What? Yeah, but you were not talking about women. You've asked.
I mean, but I don't. I think there's not a distinction. I don't think there's a distinction. What is the difference between humans and animals?
Well, I can't go up to a cow and say, "Can you just put kettle on, love, for me?"
Can you say that to a French person?
Yeah, because
Could you say that to a baby?
yeah.
Could you say that to a person with Alzheimer's who doesn't understand what the...
My mother's got Alzheimer's.
Well, yeah, so they don't understand what's happening, but that doesn't mean that... if you could speak in the language that cows speak, you could say that to them.
No.
I mean, cows, other
don't live
animals...
in Bali,
I don't have to, but also I didn't live in Nazi Germany. I know Auschwitz was wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, but what you're saying to me is, I'd like you to come where I live and see how the community runs.
I mean, if you give me your email address, I would very happily come along with my camera. If you gave me your phone number, it sounds like I'm hitting on you now. But I could give you my phone number and I could do an interview. Do you not think?
Thank you, no.
Okay. Why would you not want me to come around your farming community with a camera?
Because I don't think the farmers would like it.
Why would they not like it?
Because I think you'd be very derogatory, and I think I think you would put them down very much.
I don't try to put anybody down. I don't try to. My aim is never to offend. I'm 22 years old. I ate animals for 20 years, and I ate animals and their secretions for 20 and a half years. So I grew up in a Caribbean family. You know, it's very. I mean, everybody says it's by their own culture, but every culture is quite meat heavy,
Yeah,
unless you're from like
yeah.
sub-Saharan Africa,
Yeah.
or like India. But I think most vegans weren't born vegan. Most vegans understand, the animal eating mentality.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that should we put suffering over profit?
It depends what sort of suffering you mean. If it's in a business form, and for example, if it's cow shit, whatever, an animal form, yeah, because you've got to make it goes round, doesn't it? So you've got. Do you know what I mean?
Not really, no.
Yes, you do.
Do you not think there are other ways to earn money?
What though?
Well, I mean, for example, I work part-time at I pay my rent with that, so, I'm going to bleep I don't think I'm allowed to talk about brands. but yeah, there are other ways to make a living.
You can't say that, can you? Because,
I mean, I don't want any farmer to go into poverty. I don't want that.
That's what you're saying, though, isn't it?
That's
So
not what
you're
I'm saying. I'm saying there are alternatives. Do you not think?
Of what?
I mean...
Where we live, our next door neighbour is a milk farmer.
Yeah.
So if he stopped that, how does he earn his living?
Well, I mean, do people drink things other than milk? Do you think if when I my voice when I was a vegetarian, I used to drink a lot of milk, I used to eat a lot of cheese. Now, as a vegan, I eat a lot of plant milks and plant cheeses. Yeah. Could your neighbour potentially branch into one of those fields?
No.
I think it would open up other parts of the market. Do you not agree?
Not where the pastures where we are. How would we grow it?
I mean, I'm not sure, to be honest. However, there are farming schemes to try and get farmers onto a more plant-based
In the
kind of
northwest,
view.
we have the biggest rainfall because we have all the reservoirs from Manchester. So where we live, it rains a lot, so your crops wouldn't grow.
Okay, so by now you can probably tell that I was getting a little bit annoyed, but unfortunately my video stopped recording, but I've got a new SD card to fix that, so you're just going to have to listen to the audio and pretend our mouths are moving.
The bottom line, I mean, there are wetland crops. I can't name any. I'm not big on crop farming. However, these animals, they don't deserve to be ground up alive, really, do they? What have they done wrong? These male chicks here, they have no use to the egg industry. What have they done wrong in their life to deserve this?
So what happens when it goes through the machine that comes out of the bottom?
It's ground up alive. Like it's just the flesh.
What happens to that produce at the bottom?
I'm not sure. I suspect it's
that
used
would
for
be good to
gelatin,
find
but
out.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's
why
not waste,
why is that relevant? It's a waste of life. These animals are dead in a second.
Yeah, but also a cow dies, doesn't it, for slaughter for beef?
Oh yeah, but I don't agree with that either.
No, but that's what I'm saying to you. I'm giving you, what happens to that? Is it put back into compost? Well, what is it made into? Whatever comes out of the bottom.
If
You
I
need to find that out though, don't you, really?
I don't see any dogs around here, but say if somebody was walking their dog around here, I'd have knifed that dog in the head, and I was like, oh, it's okay, I'm going to compost your dog. Would that justify, or would I be labelled a
You weren't
lunatic?
doing it to make money though, were you?
I mean, what if I was like, okay, I'm going to sell this to
business.
I'm going to sell this.
That's a business,
What if
isn't
I
it?
was working as a freelance composter, and I just stabbed some dogs in the head? I was like, oh, it's okay, I'm going to sell them to a
Because
compost.
that's not legal, is it?
Well, I mean, just because it's not legal, does that mean it's not right?
Of course, you can't. I can't go around stabbing dogs in the head.
Oh yeah, but that's exactly what you're trying to justify for
that's
these
legal,
animals.
isn't
It doesn't matter if it's legal or not, do you
Of course
think?
it does.
Well, when slavery was legal, do you think that was okay?
No, because that was back in the 1800s. Although saying that though now, slavery is quite bad at the moment because it's going back the other way now, isn't it? And it's wrong.
I mean, I'm
They're
talking.
human beings,
I'm
aren't
trying to talk about the transatlantic slave trade, but name me one trait that humans have that animals do not have that justifies doing this to them for them. Doing this to them for.
Name one what, pardon?
Name one trait that humans have that animals do not have that allows us to do this, that gives us the right to do this.
One trade.
One trait.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's because we're the same. We're the same in every way that matters.
Well, you can cook like a chicken.
I
if you
could.
want.
I have the capability to cook like a chicken.
Right, can I go for my lunch now?
You can. I've been very good talking to you. I'll shake your hand. I hope you have a good day and you maybe will consider what I've said, maybe.
Maybe you consider what I said. Where I live.
I may have.